The Land Buyer's Guide, budget upgrades for raw, rural land. So you just bought raw land and now you're staring at it thinking, okay, where do I even start? Hey, I'm Scott Thomas with landparker.com, and I get this question all the time. The good news? You don't need a fortune to make real improvements. Let me walk you through what actually matters when you're working with a tight budget. Let's start with the basics, getting to your property safely. A solid driveway is the first thing you need to tackle. Now, you don't have to pave it right away. A good gravel driveway is your friend here. You're looking at maybe $200 to $500 for a quarter mile, and you can maintain it yourself with a rake and some fresh stone as needed. The key is making sure water drains properly so you're not dealing with mud pits every time it rains. If you've got a stream crossing your property, throw in a culvert. It's not expensive, and it'll save you from erosion damage that could get real costly down the line. And here's something people forget about. Leave space for a turnaround near your building site. Emergency vehicles and delivery trucks need room to maneuver. That's just practical. Water's next on the priority list. Before you spend big money, figure out what actually works for your land. Get your water tested. It's only a few $100s, and honestly, it saves you from making mistakes that cost thousands. Maybe you've got a natural spring you can develop with a hand pump. Maybe you need to explore rainwater catchment with some gutters and tanks to start. Those are cheap ways to get supplemental water while you're figuring things out long term. Now, fencing. If you've got animals or you just want to define your boundaries, fencing matters. Post and wire is way more affordable than board fencing when you're covering larger acreage. Electric fencing is another budget option if you're thinking about rotating animals through different areas. You're probably looking at 50 cents to $1.50 per linear foot for basic materials. And here's the thing, you don't have to fence everything at once. Start with what matters most: your home site, any animal areas, your property lines. Do it in phases. Let me talk about clearing and preparing your site. Dead trees, overgrown brush, debris. It's a safety issue and it makes your land actually usable. Brush clearing around where you'll build reduces fire hazard, which is huge. You don't always need to hire heavy equipment. A lot of this you can do by hand if you've got the time and energy. Burn your piles if it's allowed. Chip branches, salvage wood for firewood or projects. The work adds up, but spreading it over time keeps costs down. Here's something people don't think about early enough: drainage and erosion control. Bad water management now means foundation problems later. That costs real money. So while you're doing other work, think about how water flows across your property. Create swales or berms to direct it away from where you'll build. Mulch cleared areas. Keep water moving. It's preventative, and prevention is cheap compared to fixing damage. When you're ready to prep a building pad, even if you're not building for a while, get that spot surveyed and leveled. It shows intent for the property, it helps you visualize your future, and it actually improves resale value down the road if plans change. You can even store materials on a prepared pad while you're planning. Now, for utilities, mark those underground lines before you dig anything. Install conduit for future power or internet lines while you're doing other site work. Dig trenches for water and septic when heavy equipment's already there for something else. These things cost almost nothing now, but retrofitting later is expensive. And I'd say think about vegetation and landscaping gradually. Native plants work great because they don't need much maintenance. Windbreaks help with heating costs and privacy. Fruit trees, you plant those now, you're eating from them in a few years. The cool part about doing this slowly is you learn what actually thrives in your specific spot. Here's what matters most though: prioritize SMART. Start with access and safety so you can actually use your property. Handle water and drainage before you build anything permanent. Get erosion control done early so you don't watch your land wash away. Save the pretty stuff for later, and honestly, time and planning are your best tools. Spend a season on your land. Watch how water moves. See where the sun hits. Notice seasonal changes. Batch your projects together so you're not renting equipment 5 different times. Do the work yourself where you can. Most people find that the process itself is as rewarding as the finished improvements. Your land has potential. With phased, smart improvements, you can build exactly what you want without breaking the bank. If you're thinking about buying raw land or you've already got property you're working on, head over to landparker.com. We've got affordable owner financing options, sometimes as low as $100 down and $100 a month. Check out our available properties and learn more about land buying. Thanks for listening.